Well, the KGB Sky Show kicked us off the field for our Aztecs post-game review. Craig Elston, Chris Ella with you from the Chargers Sky Lounge now. And luckily, the Aztecs with plenty of fireworks while the game was going, Chris, in a 41-7 demolition of Utah State.
Yeah, first of all, this is the only way you and I would ever be allowed into the Chargers Sky Lounge, so I'm pretty comfortable. Obviously, they answered the biggest question, which was how are they going to respond after losing the heartbreaker to Missouri. And you know, Brady Hoke said all week that he'd put the game behind him. Ryan Lindley said he put the Missouri game behind him. But I think we can all understand why Aztec fans had a lot of trouble putting that Missouri loss behind us. You know, it was such a heartbreaker, and there's been so many of those. But the players did what they said they did, which was just get ready to play Utah State. And, I mean, you score a touchdown on your first 4 possessions. I like your chances.
Yeah, you know, what really pleased me in this game, Chris, we've seen it the last 2-3 years where the Sky Show crowd brings in, 35, 40, 45,000. The Aztecs put on kind of a flat performance or lose, and a lot of people leave and say, that's it for me, for Aztec football. I would be hard-pressed, I think, to find a lot of fans out there who came and watched this game and said, oh, yeah, the Aztecs aren't going anywhere. This was a very complete game.
No, in every way. I mean, defensively. I mean, that's a pretty good Utah State team. I know people say, well, what's Utah State? I don't know. They caught my attention when they lost to Oklahoma only 34-27. I mean, they went to Norman and only lost by 7 points, and the Aztecs never even let them in the game. They got a pretty good quarterback, DeAndre Burrell. He never got free. I mean, the Aztecs did a great job defensively, I thought, surrounding him and maintaining their discipline, staying where they needed to be on the backside. Every time he tried to escape the backside, there was somebody waiting for him. So that was the key to shutting down their offense. And I was happy to see Ryan Lindley have a good game and a really good game because he's been hard on himself the last couple of weeks. I didn't think he played that badly at Missouri, but he really took that loss upon himself and said, I missed some plays. I got to start relaxing. And he looked very relaxed. That was the key word for Ryan tonight. And, his completion percentage is 51%, but he doesn't dink and dunk. I mean, he goes down the field, and, if you're going to go down the field, your completion percentage is going to be a little bit lower, but not tonight. I mean, he hits a 65-yard TD, an 82-yard touchdown, and made some big plays to his tight ends, too.
362 yards passing for Lindley, so he's our player of the game tonight. How about play of the game? For me, Chris, I mean, you could look at a 65-yard catch and run, beautiful post to Vincent Brown. You could look at an 82-yard pass to Brown, double covered. Vincent, great job. Keystone cops the 2 defenders off of each other and goes running into the end zone. But for me, it's 4th and 1. And as perfectly executed a play fake as I've seen in a long time at the college level, with Ryan Lindley sticking the ball on his right hip and then firing it out to Quigley for a little 27-yard touchdown.
Yeah, maybe somewhere Boomer Esiason had a tear in his eye. I mean, that's about as well as you can run a play fake, and give a lot of credit to Brandon Sullivan, too, because he carried out the handoff and dove over the line of scrimmage as if he had the ball. And, that was a good play call, and it was a play call they needed because they've tried 4th and short 3 times this year and been stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And Brady Hoke, that's been something that's bothered him. But instead of continuing to just mash away, they showed a little something different there. And the freshman tight end, Quigley, nobody covered him. He's wide open for a touchdown. So now when they run 4th and short the rest of the season, teams are going to have to watch for that play fake too. So it works in more than one way.
All right, let's look ahead now. An off week for the Aztecs, bye week coming up here. Then conference play begins. 3-1 in the non-conference schedule. To me, that means while you'd have loved, obviously in retrospect, to get that win in Missouri, that's about where we said coming in, hey, you got to go 3-1 in preseason. They did it. That's something we haven't been able to say about the Aztecs program in the past. Win the games you're supposed to win. They've won them. Now I look at the next challenge at Provo, BYU. Generally, you'd write an L next to this game in the schedule. BYU just lost by 2 touchdowns to Nevada. Are we catching the Cougars at a good time?
Well, hopefully. I mean, first Utah State plays BYU next week while the Aztecs have the bye week. So all the best wishes to Utah State. Hopefully they were able to save a little energy and they can beat up on the Cougars a little bit. But, yeah, I don't think the Aztecs are going to be, lacking confidence going into that game, nor should they. I mean, the way they played tonight was a complete game against a pretty good team. They played a very good game last week against a much better team than BYU on the road. So there's no reason to think you can't go in there and win that game. And I think that's what they have to be thinking. And I know the Aztec fans will be thinking. I mean, look, BYU has broken our hearts many, many times. So it'd be nice to send them off, as they leave the Mountain West Conference. It'd be nice for the Aztecs to send them off with one wing for the red and black.
Well, Brady Hoke had a laundry list of complaints after the game, as he usually does when the Aztecs win by 30 or 35 points. But, folks, halfway to bowl eligibility with the conference schedule still to come.